Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel. Um, no, I'm not modeling these bracelets. These are bracelets, though, from my own collection from years ago. And they are made of wood, and they've got the two holes and the two elastics running through them. Well, I have been re-examining a lot of the jewelry, both in my own stash as well as purchases that I've made through thrifting and through auction sales and so on. And I have to say, sometimes a wooden jewelry, like I've had it happen with necklaces, where whatever, I mean, this has nothing to do with anything other than an observation. I don't know if it's the quality of the paint or the paint job. I don't know if it's if the wearer was perspiring or what, but I have had color transfer to my skin. That's not what this is about. I have, well, had a bracelet, same principle, two holes, two elastics, and basically this is the configuration of it. And you know how it is. We, I think, as journal makers, are constantly looking for something new, different. I don't know if I've got this right or not, but it doesn't matter for the purposes of this video. So if you're a regular viewer, you may or may not have seen that I got another commission for a baby book. And in this case, the mother's favorite colors are black and white. So I thought, hey, I've been wanting to do something with these bracelets. This one is black. Why don't I experiment on this one? And I've also recently bought some new napkins. So I thought, okay, nice, smooth substrate. Why don't I glue some napkins down? And why don't I glue down some book page? So I will show you. Okay, this one, I've obviously gotten the nice clean edge. Using a sanding block, and this doesn't seem to matter what you glue napkin onto, like it could be a playing card or I guess, another type of wood piece or chipboard or whatever. It works like a hot damn if you just use this sanding block. And obviously your motion is away because you don't want to lift. You want to just very smoothly cut that off, and it's perfect. Now, what I would do in addition to this, once I have all of these covered, is I would be coating them with gel medium, just for a little bit more durability, because all I did in these cases was use my Yoo-Hoo glue stick. This one feels heavy. It's probably not the one I have in use. Here's the one that's almost gone. So I also did a book page, and this one looks a little bit like I chewed at it, and that's okay because that adds interest as well. Now, because each of these, in this particular bracelet, each of these are equally smooth, either side would work. Now, obviously, because it's sort of beveled, this side gives a slightly bigger surface. So that's, I guess, probably what I did in every case. Now, I was, let's just get rid of this dust. I was looking for something. Now, of course, because they're so tiny, or at least these are. Now, obviously, this would be a lot bigger. And I didn't even bother sanding or anything, to be honest. Because these are so tiny, it's not that easy to have stuff fit on it. Let's see if I can quickly find the one that I did. I found a little teeny weeny kid image. Should have thought, oh, there it is. So look how cute that is. And I'm thinking that this may be added to a dangle or glued to the cover or whatever. Actually, since there are the two holes, I could also string something through there and have it. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking I'd have to pull out my electric drill and a 1/32 or 1/16 sized drill bit and make holes to turn these into dangles. But because those holes are there, do I have anything skinny? I mean, it could be anything. It could be fishing line. It could be, you know, a tiny string, baker's twine, whatever. So I was pretty happy. I better remember to seal that guy. And I don't know if I would add the little kid's initial if I had it something small enough. Well, you know what? He's a K baby. Do I have a K here? I do. Looky there. Egg cups are kind of cute little storage things if you have the space to keep them nearby. Okay, done. It would probably be better to coat that first and then add that. So I'll just add the K into the baby bin. Baby bin. Okay, so I'll just do a couple because I'm bound and determined that I am going to prove to you that I can do a quick video. So this is a piece of handmade paper. Oh, and I should say that obviously the color of your bracelet, of your wood piece, is going to determine or, you know, restrict somewhat the choice that, or the options available to you. Maybe I'll just cut a little piece off here, easier to work with. Now, surprisingly, this napkin had a navy colored background. I mean, it looks fine. If I had used something with a white background, and in fact I did, and ended up ripping it up because it just wasn't good. Now this particular one has white backgrounds, but I kind of picked an area off the napkin that had a little more, you know, a little darker colors. So keep that in mind. Now you can see that this is going to slightly make it slightly darker, make the paper look slightly darker. But see, we waste not, want not. Now I have an inchy to handle, lose, forget about, and so on. So basically, I just sort of slathered my glue stick on there. And of course, if you're using the sanding block, you want to, you know, make sure that it is thoroughly dried before you start applying that kind of pressure and friction to it. I think we've got good grip there, so I'll just set that aside. So I thought, well, okay, I mean, how mesmerized could my followers be seeing something as simple as that? So I was looking through my filing cabinet and I came across a file folder. And again, filing cabinets are absolutely great. However, they're also, in a sense, hidden storage. So this one is marked vellum, parchment, mulberry. So I found all kinds of goodies in here. What is this? Stamping Up Botanical Gardens. So this is all vellum. this is vellum that looks like it probably came, this is, okay, these two are vellum. This looks like it was those tissue sheets, whatever they're called, that you sometimes get in nice books. Caring for Bees. So there's that. And then one time years ago, when I was going through my all the random scrapbooking paper I had, I gathered up all the vellum pieces. Look at how many. And in order to make them fit, I obviously cut them in half or folded them in half or whatever. So I've got all those. This I must have been keeping kind of as a prototype. Oh. Anyway, it's an envelope and a green piece. Actually, here's a small. I wonder how. I wouldn't want to cut into one of the big ones. Let's see how this will look against the black. It may not work, or not well anyway. I mean, I guess it's, like I like to say, it's better than a kick in the head, but not much. Now, again, these things, no matter, well, I'll maybe put that aside as a possibility. These things, oh, look at this. Aren't these great pieces of paper? So I'm not quite sure what this is. Clearly I pulled it out of a very old thing. Ugh. How would something like this look on there? Not. It would. It doesn't. It doesn't do it justice. This is beautiful. Why isn't this not with my purpley stuff? Let's move that. Oh, and then these are some of my digitals that I printed on, I guess, on vellum. I love these so much. I need to do more of that. Why am I not using these things? Music page, some of my master boards. I don't know whose this is. That almost looks like a Roxy Creation type thing. I'm gonna have to check and see if I shared this particular thing with my coffee members, because I love that unbelievably. Look at my padlock collection. Okay, I better pull these out and start using them. What in the world am I saving them for? Okay, so let's just keep going here. This is, oh, there's something that's quite black, but again, it's such a small surface. That's kind of cool. Look at that bee, that butterfly. Too bad so much of it would be, I don't know, can you, well, maybe you can't, but, or maybe I want a leg. Okay, that's a possibility. I suppose this music staff would be, could be a possibility. Okay, so we'll do that. I have been, I fell behind in replying to comments, so I was, oh, look at these butterflies, but they're all kind of big. Now, if I did that guy that way, but too much of it would be lost. Anyway, I was catching up, and I actually remembered to look under the mention. Okay, at the top there's comments and there's mentions. So I looked at those and I realized, oh my goodness, some people have been doing my pick a pocket open collab. Oh my goodness, let me watch. So I watched those, and I have to say, now I'm probably going to forget who it was. I'm going to do a shout out about all those people one of these days. And I'm also going to, once I can teach myself that, how to, now what's, okay, that's like, I don't know what that is. Oh, and this is just pastel-y. I don't know if I should do, maybe I could do one of those. Just to you know, then have a sort of a blank slate for embellishing. Okay, what is this? These are like very, you know, those pages that protect plates. Oh, look at this. I've had this paper, this is my daughter's favorite color, puke green. And you can search for it by puke green. Just kidding. No, it's sort of an olivey army green. She loves that. Okay, I think these are all too thick to use on something like that. This is handmade. I could do that, I guess. Yeah. And then some other paper with some texture. So, you know what? If you have done, like me, an exceptional job of filing some stuff away, why don't you do yourself a favor and dig it up, dig it out. This feels great too. So again, I guess I shouldn't worry so much about, well, maybe this is the better side. Worry about so much what's underneath, because all I'm doing is basically getting a nice smooth substrate. And these things will actually be blanks that I can further decorate. That's got newsprint in it. Looks like I found, that should be good, the purple stuff. I found enough to obviously finish all the, that's puke green as well. I might, while I have this file folder out, I might have to do something with some of these other papers just to finally move them on out. Okay, so I've got all of those. I don't know about that one, but we'll see, I guess. Look how cute this one is. Probably some of these more decorative ones would better as a, you know, either a page or a bigger pocket or something like that. So, incidentally, if there is an idiot-proof way that you could explain to me how to create a playlist, Martha, maybe this was a question for you. Martha Makes Art did some really basic fundamentals on YouTube and linking and so on. Of course, I was just watching them, not doing, you know, do as I do kind of thing. And So I don't know if the lessons really stuck. Okay, how many of these do I have to do? And again, I'm keeping track of the time. 20 minutes already. Okay, I'm going to use the bigger side. I've got 7 more to do. So you probably are not going to need to see all of that. I think just out of, as a common sense thing, I'm going to do the smaller ones first. And maybe we'll just line these babies up. Maybe I should use this opaque red, reddy orange one to cover the one that I changed my mind on. Just back to the pick-a-pocket. I hope that you know that you don't have to wait to be tagged. You don't have to. You could be the initiator of a challenge. Not sure I like that, but maybe I'll do it anyway. Sometimes you just have to do what you need to do. This might, well, no, I was going to say that I should put that with my peacock stuff, but maybe not. This, I think, will be a good one. These papers, these handmade, or these very fibrous papers, are notoriously hard or impossible to tear. That's why I'm doing a cut edge, which is not really my preferred look, to be honest. I don't think I'll bother. Okay, I need 3 more, so I'll do the music and a couple of these darker ones. So if I'm doing music, I want it to be a pretty full design. So there's no mistaking what's going on there. Okay, and then let's do this one. Oh, you know what I should do instead? Forget that. I saw Kim Newberg talk about this, well, I don't know if they weren't really calling it washi tape. This tape that she found at Dollarama. These two are the same. So feathers, dragonflies, birds, and this floral. Now these all go horizontally because they have text on them. Yeah, even the bird one. So let's disregard those and see what this floral one. And this is a classic case of, see, it's not quite big. Oh, but if I went that way, look how beautiful. Now there will be some waste, but is there enough? Seems nice and sticky too. Not enough to go around. So I should have bought 2 of these. This one is probably the nicest. Maybe what I could do with this one is wrap it around. wrap it around the two sides at least, and then leave the back black. Should I trust that that is going to stick well enough? No. No trust in this household. Okay. Whoop. Oh, damn it. Okay, so let's get this somewhat centered. I should, why don't I get a card or something? I got a $100 winner's gift card. And because I was, you know, recovering and not going out and so on, it's like it's burning a hole in my pocket. I also have one for maybe the same amount from a scrapbooking store. I mean, it's nice because she has millions of dollars worth of inventory. However, it is not cheap. And as far as I know, she never has a sale either. So I think long and hard before I buy anything there. I've gotten gift certificates several times in the past. You know, when you're a problem person to shop for, you tend to get gift cards. So I think maybe on this particular one, since I've gone around the side, I'm not going to worry about the bottom, the top, or the back. I should probably, if I have a handy dandy, I have other things clamped, so that's not doing much good. Oh, maybe I'll just put it under weight for the time being. Okay. Speed up, woman, speed up. Anyway, so yeah, that is, oh, you know, I also wanted, I have my tacky glue here. Maybe I should try that. Now we know that vellum stuff is not easy to glue down. It likes to, the edges like to curl up. But I'm thinking that if I spread this out to the edges and maybe apply some weight to it, number one, I won't have any glue ridges showing, and number two, it will probably make better contact. So that goes a little sideways, but that's okay. Okay, I've got a book here beside me. Imagine that. I've got a book beside me. Ooh. And it's a projectile. Okay, I'm putting this under that book. Then I'll forget where these things are and be so surprised. Glue stick should probably work on this one. I think I'm going to, now that I'm kind of back home and, you know, hopefully back into some sort of a routine, I think I'm going to make it my goal to do my let my Friday videos sort of be follow-up Fridays. I know I did that maybe twice or so, and I think it was good because quite often I cannot finish these things in the space of a video. Number one, because I don't edit. I can't pause and splice and all of that. So it's kind of all running time. Oh, look at all that. And sometimes it's just, well, I mean, that's the biggest problem. And to do it, even if I had a way to allow for the, maybe not every video needs drying time, or every project needs, have you dried your videos lately? Not every project needs drying time. However, sometimes you just need time to think and time to, scurry here and there, getting some additional things that you didn't have the foresight to grab earlier. So in a case like that, a follow-up day would be a good chance to show things in their resplendence. Okay, so I have, now why do I seem to have, am I one paper short? Yeah, let's use this. I think this worked before. I guess if it doesn't, I'll be redoing it. I think with vellum, it's especially important to, do some burnishing and get some good contact, because you can see, or maybe I hope you can see that it's kind of like squeezing out air bubbles or something. I wonder if I had enough at the edge. Oh, you know what? I bet you I did. And that's something that I've seen other people do, and I just finally started doing it myself. Glue stick, because it's cheaper, obviously, on the center of whatever, and then a tiny bead of art glitter glue around the edge, because that's where you really want the good hold. Oh, it looks like we are going to use this. See, the spacing is not great. If I wanted to catch that bee, which would be very nice, I get part of that moth. Well, I guess if I did this, I'd get the butterfly and most of the bee. Let's do that. Do you know how? I'm surprised this paper isn't well, not silently. I'm surprised this paper isn't screaming, because I'm finally cutting into it. How many decades later? Or would I want, since the butterfly already has part of his wings clipped, maybe I want more of the bee and less of the butterfly. So again, we will try this. Really being quite generous with it. So anyway, one of the, I was happy to find all this vellum, because one of the women that did a pick-a-pocket video did vellum. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm keeping a list of everyone who I'm aware of who's done a pocket video. Number one, so that I can figure out how to do a playlist, but also so that I can make a prototype of each one. And the one I just watched was wonder if I should spread that out. That seems like an awful lot of glue there. The one that I just watched was so laughingly quick, and so it was an idea that the woman had seen. Her name, the person who did the video, let me just double check before I lead you astray. I've got a list going here. Darla Phillips, and that's the name of her channel. Anyway, she replicated an idea that she saw on Kathleen Maurer's channel. And I believe Kathleen is a very talented woman. I love watching her videos. There was, I remember her doing a flip through a while back. And of course, you know, unless you're Johnny on the spot, watching a video kind of the minute it's uploaded in who knows what time zone, you snooze, you lose kind of thing. Anyway, I would have pulled out my credit card to buy that particular journal. It was so beautiful. But of course, by the time I was aware of the video and had watched it and thought that's so beautiful, it was gone. But I have a soft spot for that woman, Okay, let's see. Which one did I do first? Was it this one? No, this one. I don't, well, let's try. Let's see if the sanding block would work on this. What's the worst that could happen? I ruin a piece of paper? I think it will. Oh, it seems to be doing it, but it is more challenging, again, because of the way this kind of paper, you know, the fibers crisscross and overlap. And then, like I said, I will, but I'll probably wait till I embellish them. And then we'll seal them with gel medium, matte gel medium. And again, well, as I said, and as you can see, I'm always doing it away. I buy these sponge sanding blocks at Dollarama or Dollar Tree, I can't remember which, and they come in a 2-pack for, I don't know, $1.25 or something. So this one, you can see when the grain, I don't know, is that the right word, gets filled up with debris, that of course it loses its ability to do its job. So they're cheap enough that, yeah, we want our money's worth, but if you're finding that it's not working as well as you had hoped, it could be because it just needs replacing. Well, that's pretty. That is obviously not going to work on these vellum ones. Oh, see, look at that buckling. What the heck? Buckle right there. That is the thing that drives me about vellum. So it's got all those little, now it may not be that obvious, you know, to the naked eye, but you can sure feel it when you run your hands over it. So it does take a wee bit of effort to get good. This was the one that I had put the art glitter glue and the glue stick on. So, you know, 2 different compositions of stuff, 2 different textures. I didn't smooth out the art glitter glue. So this one, I may need to put something right there. Let's see. Okay, whoops, that's so... think I'm done with this. So let me, number one, check the time. I was just going to reach for, first of all, let's get rid of some of this. I was going to reach for this and hope that the blade on my knife is sharp enough to do a nice job without ripping. No, I see a little rip. So I don't know if it's the blade or the paper. Yeah, look, it chewed a little. So kids, don't do as I do. Be patient. Let the glue dry, because that's less likely to happen. Or learn to love the little jagged edges. See, I can even, again, this may have happened regardless of whether I waited or not, because again, you can't really, this isn't a uniform, oh dear. This isn't a uniform piece of paper. So let's get rid of this lumpy bit here. And our story, if anyone asks, is that this is exactly the look we wanted. We didn't want it to be flush. Now what I will do, because there's still some, you know, teeny things showing here, on the back side anyway, what I will do once this has thoroughly dried is probably just buff it up a bit with the sanding block. How about this one? We could try this one. Again, this may be the same sort of thing because of the fibrous nature of the paper. And I do have, okay, why don't we also practice what we preach around here and use a fresh blade. How's that for practicing what we preach? That definitely seems to be cutting better. She spoke too soon. And again, you know, what is the final purpose or final use or end use? String something through the two holes and let it be, you know, part of a spine dangle, although it is rather thick, as you can see. Or incorporate it into your journal topper. I also have, what do I have drying under here? Whoopsie, this music one. Oh, see, it doesn't even look right because there's still that glue underneath there that needs to get transparent. Same thing with this one. And if it turns out that this is very ugly, when it's done, when it's dry, like maybe tomorrow, I will rip it off or cover it up or something, because there's no need for ugly. And of course, if this ends up being, if these guys end up being used as a dangle, there's also the option of decorating the other side so that if it spins around, it you know, it looks kind of good or whatever from both sides. because the back is so nice, you know, just as it is, I don't know that I'll bother doing that. Now this is very hairy looking, but I think it's the nature of the paper, and I'll take a sanding block to it tomorrow. Okay, so there you have it. So at some point, when the spirit moves me or I have a need for it, I will be doing the same sort of thing to these. The big purple one will be especially fun because it's a good size. It's about 1.25 inches wide and essentially 2 inches tall. So you can get something on there that would really be visible. This will be a challenge. There's also nothing to say that these, since they're uniform in width, couldn't be used horizontally. You know, maybe it could be a sentiment, you know, something that reads left to right. Anyway, guys, that is it for today, or for this video. So I hope that if you have some of these big clunky bracelets in your jewelry box, that you consider repurposing them, especially if you haven't worn them in years. So we have some that still need to be, well, they all still need something. They need to be sealed, sanded, sealed, and embellished. But I think they're a novelty thing at this point. So we like to be different. Thank you so much for joining me. As of this taping, I see that my subscriber numbers are up to 930. Woohoo! I think I'll be reaching out to some of my closest YouTube friends and asking them to do a shout out. Because we want to get over that hump. Like it's like an albatross around my neck. And of course, there will be a journal giveaway. So tell your friends and family and strangers and people you meet, just random people. Stop them on the street and say, by the way, have you subscribed yet to Hazel's channel? Oh my goodness. Run, don't walk. Do it now. Anyway. Enough of that silliness. Okay, guys, we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.